This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Tuesday, everybody, and happy luckiest day of the year. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Is that
we've heard
true?
that.
Yes.
Okay.
The sun and
About
Jupiter.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all we know.
Good facts.
Star and a planet, and then you're lucky.
So for all of our fans out in Vegas, Star and Jupiter.
Yeah.
Roll that wheel. Roll that wheel. All right. So let's get to it, guys. Taylor Swift was spotted out in public for the first time since her breakup with actor Joe Alwyn. So one fan posted a video on TikTok of Taylor leaving an Italian restaurant in New York City last night, but all eyes were on her jeans. They featured a bedazzled butterfly that some say is a symbol of rebirth. I'm not sure if that's why she wore them, but they're online for about $670 and they're sold out because Taylor wore them last night. One fan emailed the restaurant asking, what did Taylor order?
Oh my God.
Creepy. And songs about her ex have also had a big spike on music streaming services like Spotify. Tori, did you try to buy these jeans?
No, but guess what I did think
But
of?
she did send an email.
But I know what she ate.
That's hilarious.
No, I can now cross-stitch stuff on jeans, and I was gonna maybe do a butterfly because that's cool. Look, Taylor is.
I got a great reaction.
Yeah, no one said anything.
What do you want me to do?
No, she is the moment. You know what I mean? She's just the moment. And like, just like in the 80s with Richard, I mean, all these famous couples when they broke up, everything she does will be looked at. So everything is planned with her. That butterfly was planned. I am positive about it. Easter eggs for her are her communication to her fans. So she hides numbers. She hides little hints in every video. Everything she wears is a symbol. It's a signal.
It's like a
ask you
beautiful
this.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. You might be right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. This is like her 42nd breakup.
Yes.
So isn't it starting to lose a little steam?
No, it's only gaining more steam. Really. I know everyone was like, no.
Do you think a successful relationship would tank her career?
What, did you say that again?
Do you think a successful relationship that lasted for her the rest of her life would be bad for her career?
She was with this guy for 6 years.
Yeah, I think that was a success at 6 years.
I mean, yes, but clearly the breakups are what kind of inspire her fans, and it kind of launches a new album, a little parallel to Adele. So I'm like, do you think that that's necessary for them as an artist, but more them as a fan base? Because it seems like they need their favorite person to be wounded so they can kind of lift them up.
See, I don't know if everyone feels that way. Tori felt that way.
tortured artist, yep.
She loves a tortured artist.
Yep.
I think that the thing about Taylor Swift's fan base in general is there's kind of a segment of the population that kind of gravitates towards a certain part of her.
Totally.
So, yeah, so there's like either there's the relationships or there was her like taking a stand politically.
Correct.
There was obviously the beef between the Kim and the Kanye thing. Like there's always there's kind of like
symbolisms.
different versions of fandoms, and then there are people who are like everything she does. That's what I'm standing behind. Which I mean, great to have a fan base that goes so hard for you. On the other side of that, I look at things that the reason why you're a fan of someone and how they kind of help you get through something.
Why, exactly.
Like I would have never said before 2016 that like, oh my God, I am the biggest Adele fan. I knew very little about her. I knew that there were some songs that I liked that she happened to sing. But when I got that album in 2016 and it was like about her divorce and breakup, whatever, when I was going through my divorce, but like when all of that stuff was happening at the same time, now I always think of Adele when I think of that time in my life. So I understand how music can really like create the message for the messenger.
This is crazy, Erica. I had that thought earlier this morning about Nas's album, King's Disease 2. I really did.
Same reaction as my cross stitch.
I really did. Jeff, for me, is like listening. I bought his first album, and he was a grown man at the second one, and it was really like a bookend of my adolescence to my adulthood, and you can hear it in his music. So I get some of that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's true.
We got to the bottom of that. So Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown appears to be getting engaged. Millie, who is 19, posted this pic with her boyfriend Jake, who is John Bon Jovi's son. Millie appeared to be wearing a huge diamond ring on that finger. That's right, her ring finger. She wrote in a post, "I loved you for 3 summers now, honey. I want them all.
Taylor Swift.
Good call, Tori. Good call. That is actually from a Taylor Swift song.
Is it really?
It really is.
Jake, who's 20, also posted these shots of them and captioned it with a King. Al, what's your guy's name? Never mind. I tried to fit in that joke there. He just wrote forever and a heart emoji.
First of all, what are they reflecting on in that picture? You're 19.
What was your obscure reference? King James?
Oh, Nas's King's Disease, his second to last album.
See, if we were doing it again, I'd get that joke right. But anyways, what do we think about this? 19 years old.
What do you think about that?
I think they're living on a prayer. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
I mean, it does happen. You do meet people. Actually, it was really interesting. I was talking. This couple had come over, and they were young, like late 30s, early 40s, and they were grandparents. And it was interesting. They met, and when they were 15, had their first kid at 18. They've been professionals. They're kind of looking to retire now, and their kid had a kid. So they're like young grandparents, but sometimes it does work. Not usually, Erica. Yeah. These are super famous people in their 20s. They're going to be pulled every different way. They're going to be on sets for months at a time. Do you see a path forward with this?
Well, I think when there's a will, there's a way. I always have these because I have a strange friend group where it's like there's one person in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and now we have someone who's about to be 60. We will all hang out together, right? And it's interesting to talk to people like from different decades because they're like, I feel like I'm more mature, and it's like, oh no, I know a lot of 30-something-year-olds, and you are far more mature than the rest of the 30-something-year-olds that I think of. But there is something about life, you kind of have to live it. And so no matter how many things that you've experienced, it's like you've experienced it in this vacuum as a 20-something or as a 30-something. You don't know what that vacuum is going to bring you to at 40, and that's just a test of time. So I wish them well, but I think that that's always kind of the thing. Well, they're already rich, and they've already done all these things, more things than most people in their 40s, but that just means that they have more things to do before they turn 40.
Right.
They don't have that Taylor Swift song in there.
Right. It can still work.
Which is important, I think.
Yeah.
For me, anyways.
Absolutely. Look, do I think it's too young? Yes. I absolutely think it's too young. Does it work? Yes. But 19, I didn't know who I was. I was not ready to do that. I think it helps. They're both famous. I think they're both in the public's eye, and that helps. But I think that's just too young. I didn't know who I was at that point. So.
Yeah. I don't know, Jeff, but it's weird. But this story makes me think about the Biebs. You know, he went through a lot. He lived 2 decades in like 7 years. You know, he was at the very bottom and came up, and now he couldn't be in a more stable relationship. You know, but I think.
But he went through that one with Selena Gomez.
Yeah, if you don't go through that, can you? Is there a way? I think.
Listen. I think we're all on the same page. We're hoping for him.
Of course.
It's too young.
But we're not betting on it.
No, we're not. No.
You know what I mean? We're
not.
Being realistic. Because you got to go through, I say it about everything in life, you got to go through those failures to get to the higher spot. And listen, like you said, they live a different life, so who knows? But again, keeping my money in my pocket on this.
There we go. Good luck, though.
Yes. I love that we just have to reestablish. We love you.
Mazel tov.
Probably not going to work.
That's what I tell my son and my daughter. I just be like, hey, good luck. This probably ain't going to be good, but I'll be at the wedding.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I had
Stranger things have happened. That was a good one.
Stranger Things.
Oh, that was a good
Yeah, it was great. You know, maybe it's just a bad audience today, Tori.
That's
what it was.
Bad room,
that was a great crocheting joke earlier.
Thank you.
Coming up on DBL, we talk with Jim Belushi all about becoming a legal cannabis farmer, how his buddy Dan Aykroyd encouraged him to start up the business, and Jeremy Renner on Jimmy Kimmel Live. We're talking all about it next. There he is.
Is this a publicity stunt?
Somebody roll the clip.
Let's make sure we have Jeff's sex tape.
Wow, things are getting spicy here at DBL.
Cold-hearted snake, look into his eyes.
Let's roll that again, everybody.
Producer just came up and said they couldn't hear my joke, is why nobody laughed. Tori, did something happen when you told your joke?
It must have been a technical glitch.
And have 5 years of a wild,
That's
great time.
why.
And we know it's probably not going to work, but so what?
Because marriage is supposed to be one time.
But it's never.
For many people, it's a contract. This is the one
why get
until you
married?
die. Right.
For the experience. Knowing full well that.
Also, the consequences aren't the same, and not to say that consequences of the heart aren't the same, but it's very different. Like, I know I stayed married for probably twice as long as I would have knowing that the marriage was over, because I remember how much we spent on that wedding and that our parents
And they're already
chipped
rich,
in, and there was
so.
like a community.
But they got to sign some stuff before they
Well,
get
yeah,
married.
but
Because
like
it's
to
John Bon
have a
Jovi,
wedding,
she's got a lot of money. Yeah.
But like to have an actual wedding, that's generally what like normal people are like.
Right.
Well, we're gonna see this through because we invested in this.
That's
My
true.
question is,
That's
what
a
about
different.
going into a marriage with the idea of this probably won't last, but we're going to have a great stretch?
But I think if you started a business, if you started like an online business selling,
Knowing
based
that
on-
it's going to fail?
just saying, like, I think a lot of people start businesses and they're like, we got a 3-year window to make a ton of cash.
But why do that?
I agree with Jeff on this. I think it's
For the
useless.
experience.
But it's only but
Everything until
experience.
the end of time.
But you can be a partner, and
But
that's an
maybe you wanna
experience.
have a wedding
but
and do
marriage
the
to
whole
me
thing.
is a contract about like, do you take this person until death do us part? That's part of the contract.
Honestly, it reads to me like someone might still be a virgin.
We all just got really
that was a good little tidbit. That
We
was
all
a
got-
good little tidbit.
And did you guys know Bon Jovi's real last name is Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi. That's it, Bon Jovi.
Welcome back. Jeremy Renner made his first talk show appearance since his accident. Jeremy walked out with a cane on Jimmy Kimmel Live last night and received a standing ovation from the crowd. Who's not rooting for that guy?
right?
Everybody. He also did a little shuffle there, a little dance while getting into his seat. But he told Jimmy he wasn't exactly the best ICU patient. Let's watch.
It was a under construction sort of ICU. They weren't done with the ICU area when I got there. So they put me like in a janitor's closet. Like it's a VIP thing, but it's like janitor, it had no bathroom in it. And I'm like, the lights are flickering. Everyone here is moaning like they're dying in the ICU. I'm like, this is like a haunted house. And I'm like, and it's called ICU, like ICU. Like it's this creepy haunted house. I'm like, I want out of this place.
Seems like he's got his energy back. He also said he received a fake cameo from his friend Paul Rudd while he was recovering. Take a look. I love it.
Hey, Jerry. I hear you're a little banged up. Got in a fight with a snowblower, apparently. Anyway, I just wanted to send this video. It's really from the heart. I hope you're feeling better. Sounds like you are. Apparently, you're a pretty tough guy. So maybe I'll get to meet you one day, and wouldn't that be something? In the meantime, take care and take it easy for a while. And next time, maybe just let the snow melt. Okay. Feel better, Jerry.
Feel better, Jerry. Dude, Paul Rudd's hilarious, man. I love it. That was pretty funny.
That just solidifies what I always say. You're not through a trauma until you can joke about it.
Yeah.
And until then, you're still in it. But once your friend comes in and is like, that gown looks ridiculous, and you get that first laugh, even after a funeral or something, that comedy and tragedy are so weirdly intertwined. So that was hilarious, and you can just tell, like, that probably just brightened his day. That gives you that motivation to go to rehab, because he's not out of the woods yet, but, like, you need to kind of get your life back, and it seems like he's doing it.
Having a good support system is important. They're in the Marvel universe together, Ant-Man and Hawkeye, right? They both seem to be. You're right. You're absolutely right. Whenever I come into the room from my mom and she's been terribly sad, everyone is scared to be loud and to bring humor. So I blow up a rubber glove and I make it a chicken and I do a chicken dance, and it just sort of like breaks the ice.
Are you just remembering a scene from Patch Adams?
No. I literally do this, and then I take her down races. So any little thing just to lift the spirits, because it's so sterile. sterile in there. And he's right. In the ICU, you can get delirium because the lights never stop, so you don't know if it's day or night.
Crazy.
So it's really weird. So I'm glad to see him like Willy Wonka.
I know. Like, just seeing him walk out has to make you like a little bit emotional.
Very much.
If not a lot emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the way that his demeanor is too, like it says something to the human spirit, especially like really understanding like he could have died.
He was bleeding out. He was bleeding out.
Too.
And now it's like, I mean, there's nothing this man isn't going to do, because why would you stop at anything after you defied death?
And he saved his nephew. Like, what a real superhero. Like, he said he would do it again.
Truly. But what a newfound appreciation for that applause and for the position he has in life and maybe to help someone else. But if I'm ever in a situation where I'm on my deathbed and Tori comes in and does a chicken, I'm pulling the plug myself. Or Al, you do it for me. I'm going to drop some paperwork.
I got the contract so I don't get in trouble. I got you.
I just hear Tori, I'm like, Al, it's time. Coming up on DBL.
She's rapping now, Al.
Our interview with actor Jim Belushi. He's telling us all about his season 3 of Growing Belushi. That's coming up next.
It's so good.
Okay, be honest. Have you done your spring cleaning yet? Well, according to an American Cleaning Institute study in 2022, nearly 78% of Americans did at least one spring cleaning last year. While a nice clean space makes us usually feel good, does it really benefit our mental health? To get the facts, we went to Dr. Dawn Potter, a psychologist with the Cleveland Clinic, a study in the National Library of Medicine, and a study from the Princeton University Neuroscience Institute.
Spring cleaning can be beneficial for a number of different reasons. In general, cleaning can restore a sense of control.
A 2010 study in the National Library of Medicine shows people who describe their homes as cluttered or full of unfinished projects were more likely to suffer from depression than those who describe their homes as restful and restorative.
It can also be beneficial because a lot of people find clutter distracting, so engaging in some spring cleaning can help you kind of refocus on your other goals.
Princeton University compared the impact of living in clutter versus organized spaces and found people living in cluttered spaces had too many visual stimuli, like shoes on staircases, dishes in the sink, and wrinkled clothes. The overload they found caused more stress. Dr. Potter says the best thing to do to get a good start, write down a list of things you need to tackle and cross it off as you go. If cleaning feels overwhelming, you can set a timer for 20 minutes and tackle just one cleaning task during that time. You can also listen to a podcast or music to feel more energized while cleaning. With your Verify Fact Check, I'm Megan Bragg.
In the marijuana fields of Oregon lives a legend with a plan for world domination. He is Jim Belushi.
How you doing? Welcome back. Jim Belushi is back showing his life as a cannabis farmer on the series Growing Belushi. Earlier, we spoke with him about his green thumb and the possibility of a new Blues Brothers project. Take a look.
The new season of Growing Belushi, it's airing now, and I wanted to know how this season is different, and what are some parts that you're so excited about, or most excited about?
Oh, well, I'm excited because it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, the show is really funny. My cousin and I have a great chemistry, and it's always hard to find chemistry in television.
Yeah.
And we found it. I'm also excited about spreading the word of confidence in cannabis on how, there's great medical properties involved with it. And we go into 13 states and 3 countries, so we're all over the place. It's really fun.
Fantastic.
Well, we love watching the journey, but we want to know, what's a typical day in your life on the farm?
Like, does a rooster wake you up? A rooster?
The rooster wakes me up, the dog gets me out of bed, and then we're chasing rabbits, deer, aphids, mice, ground squirrels. I mean, we're trying to keep all these little animals off these precious little plants. So it's, I feel like a cross between Bill Murray and Elmer Fudd, You know, we grow some great stuff, and all the animals and all the bugs in the area go, hey, Belushi's got some gas.
Yeah, they want some too.
Yeah, they do.
Why can't they have a little something something? Maybe they need it too.
Well, I don't mind giving them a little bit on the side of a bowl, but leave the stalks of my plants alone.
Okay, fair enough.
It seems like everything's going great, but more importantly, it seems like you're just having fun, Jim, is what's the most important in life. But we heard Dan Aykroyd actually gave you the idea to start this business. Is that true? And how did that happen?
Well, you know, I had this beautiful property along the Rogue River in Oregon, and the farm behind me came up for sale, and I bought it, but I didn't know what to do with it. And Danny goes, Jimmy, you know, cannabis is legal in the state of Oregon. It's the new agriculture. Why don't you just grow cannabis? And he put me in touch with a guy named Captain Jack, who we knew in the 70s. And I brought him on a farm, and it just started growing, and it just progressed. Now we're in like 12 different states. We're going international. It's become quite an entrepreneurial
That's fantastic.
venture. And it's all documented on the show.
That's fantastic. All right, speaking of Dan, he's come to you with a bunch of new ideas for Blues Brother movie, right? But you've said it's probably not going to happen. So if you were both to make a reboot, who would you dream cast as the brothers?
Oh no, it ain't going to happen.
It's not happening.
It just ain't going to happen. There's no reboot going on.
Amen. Amen. I love it.
Now, there may be a Broadway show.
So who would you cast in that?
Then we do have to consider who would take Danny's place and mine or John's place, yes.
Who pops in your head right away?
Maybe we can make it Blues Sisters and do Reese Witherspoon and Taylor Swift.
Very
ready to go.
Okay.
It's a great answer.
Yeah, it is. Thank you so much. You're definitely one of our dopest interviews.
Oh, no.
Well, thank you. We're on Wednesday night on Discovery, so give it a shot.
I know. Let me just repeat that so all of our viewers can also set their DVRs. So check out the new season of Growing Belushi Wednesdays on Discovery. Thank you so much, Jim. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Always great. Get a hold of Taylor,
Yeah, I'll call her. I'm on it.
Free.
I got you.
A bill in Congress called the Restrict Act has made headlines over claims that it could result in the ban of the popular social media app TikTok. But some people online say the legislation could have a broader impact.
Using VPNs to bypass banned apps such as TikTok is made a criminal act under this bill.
So what is a VPN? And can the Restrict Act be used to make it illegal to use one to access restricted apps and websites? Let's verify. Our sources are the Restrict Act, Rachel Cohen, Communications Director for U.S. Senator Mark Warner, Wilmary Escoto, U.S. Policy Analyst for the nonprofit Access Now, and the Electronic Frontier Foundation, a nonprofit focused on defending civil liberties in the digital world. This claim needs context. Virtual private networks create a private encrypted connection for you to browse the internet. People use them for all sorts of things, like connecting to internal company networks, watching streaming services in other countries, and yes, accessing restricted websites or apps. The Restrict Act would give the U.S. government authority to ban a wide range of communications and technology products that are deemed a risk to national security. But it doesn't explicitly ban VPNs or impose criminal penalties on people who use them. In fact, the bill's language never includes the words virtual private network or VPN. According to Rachel Cohen, a spokesperson for Senator Mark Warner who introduced the Restrict Act, the legislation is aimed at companies that create a systemic risk to the United States national security, not at individual users of apps like TikTok or VPNs. She says that the bill, if passed, targets people or companies who try to sabotage American communications technologies to a degree that creates catastrophic effects on U.S. critical infrastructure, like interfering with a federal election. So why does this need context? Well, some experts say the bill's language leaves room for doubt about the people and types of technologies it would impact. U.S. policy analyst Wilmary Escoto says the bill is, quote, drafted broadly enough to raise concerns that using a VPN to access TikTok or other services restricted in the U.S. under the Act could result in severe consequences. And experts with the Electronic Frontier Foundation, which has voiced opposition to the bill, said it can be read as criminalizing common practices like using a VPN to get a prohibited app. Penalties for violating the Act include monetary fines and up to 20 years in prison. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
Airline passengers could be in for a rougher ride, all because of climate change. Let's connect the dots. clear air turbulence happens in the absence of clouds or bad weather. It's caused by wind shear. That's sudden changes in wind speed and direction. Experts say the jet stream is experiencing more wind shear as global temperatures increase. It's up 15% in the last 40 years and could triple in the next 40. Broad areas of turbulence can be forecast by meteorologists, but specific localized areas of clear air turbulence are challenging for pilots. One way to limit that bumpy ride, fly around the turbulence. But that means longer flights and more expensive tickets. And there are big consequences. Flight attendants experience the most injuries. New data shows that since 2009, over 160 people have had serious injuries from turbulence. That includes broken bones, burns, and internal bleeding. Now, the government is looking at new rules to help protect flight crews amid a dangerous trend. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Welcome back. We've got some great deals on amazing products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hey Tori and hi DBL Nation. I am super excited to show you the deals today, and as ever they are absolutely fabulous. Check out this. Tori, I know you love your garden. This is perfect for you. It's the 8-pack solar color changing pathway lights.
Oh my gosh.
So this deal includes 8 pathway lights that display a beautiful pattern on the ground. Now normally these are $70.
Oh no.
But we've got this pack for $29.99.
Oh, yes.
So that's saving up to 57%. Check out this as well. This is the 3-pack super bright zoomable Cree LED tactical flashlight.
Whoa.
So this deal includes 3 flashlights that are powerful, compact, and durable. Normally they're $20 each, but we've got a 3-pack for $12, so that's saving everyone 80%. Now check out this. This is the Tac Life S10 Pro robotic vacuum cleaner with a mop, Wi-Fi, and LiDAR navigation. So this deal includes 1 black robotic vacuum cleaner, and this is amazing because you can get 2 chores done with 1 smart product. It can vacuum multiple surfaces and even mop hard floors.
What?
Normally it's $300, but we've got it for $99.99, so that's saving up to 67%. Our last product is the 2-pack ODEC USB-C power banks. So this deal includes 2 portable chargers, 1 USB-C charging cable, and 1 micro USB charging cable. Normally this is $60, but we've got 2 for $14.99, which is saving up to 75%.
Ooh, shopping. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan that QR code on screen. It's going to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Steph, as always, thank you so much.
Tori, you bought some lights?
I sure did. For spring, I like everything solar. Every tree is wrapped in solar. So I bought the pathway ones, and they light up with different colors. So I'm going to have a peony party and have it be pink, and y'all come over wearing only pink. And see,
is that a flower?
Peony's a flower that blooms for like 1 week.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
It's my favorite flower.
Can we, in your flowers? Never mind. We'll see you tomorrow.
No.